Yeah, there's nothing in these people all around you. Um, don't be convinced when they show emotion or relate to you. That's basically what they are is just like I you know has been discussed before, empty flesh robots that are so occupied um, in the the game um, the, that people play, the pettiness to acquire power. They look outwards. They look to try to control you, or they look to try to relate to you, or uh, you might not notice, but they often come up with reasons to have you wait on them. Um, there's nothing there. Getting out of this age of Pisces, this groupthink. Um, who knows if they'll even exist in the future? Uh, but they also, with that, they do look by their means of power uh, to acquire power. One of the things they do is they look to serve to get recognition. So you can use that to your advantage. But when you're around them, um, and I an aim for yourself to maybe have is not to compromise yourself and therefore feel the tension, um, anxiety, angst by having their game being internalized. Like, okay, I must lower myself since I'm amongst people to be to not be labeled total weirdo by having those games that you don't even understand because it's not. I mean, I was totally unaware, really, to the extent of um, the games and the pettiness of people until recently. And they'll go to, like I said in a previous video, they'll cut off their own genitalia or whatever just as a means of power to gain recognition. I mean, there's no. They've made themselves into just empty, hollow, whatever, and they'll a lot of them are actors, um, like the people that really relate to who this is intended for, other noble ones. Um, you have a realness about you, passion, love, whatever, and it's been kind of like in a way killed off because uh, those the world around you, what is there to love and all that stuff. But that's still in you. It's your main driving force is the will to power. It's in essence that is life. So even every aspect of your life and every aspect of that you are aware of yourself was like, say, warrant could been like just waged war against, broken down, and just tired. It's still there, and at the very core, which is like unmoving, is the core of your will, which is the will to power. It's what keeps you alive. Um, it's the energy of the stream. But only where there's graves are there resurrections. Um, see, that's one of the reasons why don't negotiate your core using their trying to adapt their rules of their petty game. For one, it's at its end. Two, it's you never had great experience trying to do that, anyways. But from your will to power, since you've been set free of all those things, and they've shown their ugly head, you can mold yourself even when amongst people to basically, like Danny was saying recently, change your brain, and you can just have them in awe of you, but keep in mind they're still what they are, and if anything they're becoming worse, or so they're like, and they may praise or even try to shame you again, but like keep in mind they'll be like, oh, do it and allow yourself to do it in such a way to get what you want because you're responsible to move the life forward. You're not responsible to these people around you. Um, to move life forward, but keep in mind that they're going to try to trap you back into their game. Um, one of the things, with their to be accepted, they to present themselves as humble and serving, they'll do it. But like, keep in mind that it's just a lie that they're doing. But you can use it to your advantage. Like I said, these people are falling. I mean, they've already fallen. They'll try to, get you comfortable enough to make you think that they're kind of sort of like you, but watch out because they'll do things like try to, like shame, guilt, whatever. But when I notice that, like, to get what you want, when they're trying to like steal your energy through those back ways, we can present like a laugh, like, I don't care about your shaming, and see like the whole trickery and maneuvers they did to try to get a reaction out of you when you like kind of like pass it off, at least within yourself, like as like a laugh, like haha, look, they did all that for me because they're minor satellites. Then it switches from you being their satellite, from their petty, stupid, tricky games. It comes as them doing all this stuff around you so you could have a good laugh, and that's like a major way to conquer. I know it sounds minor, but it is. They said they're just the more I can remind myself to just don't take them seriously. We've been conditioned through their games to like, no, yeah, everyone's important. Everyone's, oh, were you a narcissist by thinking that? See, you got to get out of their game of what they told you was good. It was all a lie. Break yourself away from these parasites, these empty shells. They are pretty much just games. They're just, they're just robots, and they're running their programs. It's easy once you get out of the way of like what they told you your whole life and what like you'll hear all around you what is good and all that stuff clouds your judgment. And sometimes judgment, you should just go more by feel instead of judgment. Only where there are graves are there resurrections. To mold yourself as your clay. Like, what do you really? You might start getting kind of like visions and feelings. It's almost like from your past, but it feels like the future, where you're different. You're more like you got a different feel in you. Like you feel more who you are without all the narratives. And it's like kind of like the elements are you. You don't know. Anyways, just a rambling about the people. People that aren't you.